Now, hello, people. Hello. My name is my name is Fred, and uh, I like toes. Anyways, nah, my name is Crash Illustration. We're back with another live stream, second day in a row. That's what I'm talking about. We're consistent with it, and so we're not consistent anymore. But yeah, today we're because last night we did something quite different. Today we're gonna do this. I literally created this in like 3 4 hours ago when I was at work. No, actually I wasn't even at work 3 4 hours ago. I was at work like 5 6 hours ago. But yeah, I basically came up with an idea, and the whole idea was let me make a tier list of characters that I think are frauds or can be frauds. So this list includes real people, fictional characters, mostly fictional characters, real TV shows, or just anime. And I was gonna include some video game characters, but then I was like, it's way too much to pick from. So I might do that one in a different like tier list, like a video game FraudWatch. It could have its own tier list. So yeah, so right now, you can see we have the characters here for the fraudsters, that the potential fraudsters, I should say. The potent,
Fraudsters.
yeah, the potential fraudsters. Zach, we're doing this. We're serious with this. So yeah, the potential fraudsters we have here are right here. There could have been a lot more actually, but I was like, that's too much. That's way too much. So I was like, let me just dial it back and put some of the characters. And now you might see some YouTubers here who you don't consider frauds, which it's fine. That's fine. It's all about opinion. Like for example, RDC World One. I put them there just for the meme. Honestly, they're not really frauds, but we're still gonna have to come up with this kind of like a congregation. So right off the bat, we always start from the top, tippity top, is the Minotaur that fought Bell in Danmachi. Now, if you haven't watched Danmachi, is the English name is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? And the main character of that is Bell Cornell. And now Bell Cornell is basically a guy who becomes an adventurer because he wants to
Yo,
become a
long story short, that Minotaur goes what's the rank? What's the leveling system?
oh wait, yeah, I'm not even sharing the screen. My fault. Give me a second. I gotta share my screen real quick. I'm tripping. That's my fault. All right, so you're gonna see it there. You're gonna see it right there.
Yo, long story short, that Minotaur goes in C tier.
C tier.
Z tier.
C, it goes in
Oh,
C tier.
C.
He's a civilian.
Because what's his name? Yeah. Because what's his name? It did get beat by Bell once, but then when it came back, it smoked him, and not only him, the whole village. So yeah, he gets off of the fraud list.
All right, so
He put in work.
for me personally, I felt like he was never a fraud. I know he got beaten by Bell once, but that was because this nigga literally went into his Argonaut form, and that shit is kind of powerful. But then remember, the second time he came back, he did knock that nigga out of his Argonaut form. So you
That's
know,
what I was saying. So he's not really a fraud.
all right. So okay, Zach, did you watch the episode or do you not know anything about Damachi?
I don't know, and I stopped watching after like I think the third season.
All right, so yeah, Calm C. He's a C tier. All right. Now we have a character here that we all know and love. Some love. But Tsunade. Tsunade Senju. Is she
Still
B,
fraud sends you.
B.
B tier? In between?
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah, in between. Actually, no.
Nah, she
Hey,
a real Hokage.
hey,
She's a real Hokage,
hey,
but fraud sends you. That's all I gotta say.
hey, hey.
Okay, so real
Fraud
Okage,
in
but
training.
fraud Senju. Okay, well, so what's your reasoning for why she's an A?
Oh, what's his name?
Bruh,
What's his name? The first time we seen her, she got boxed up by Kabuto. A little bit
You
of blood got
right.
on her.
You
She
right.
she got scared.
I should
Then
start
what's his
bugging.
name? Then,
But
then,
then,
then what's his name? In the Pain arc, she almost got bodied by Pain until Naruto came and saved her. And then against Madara, she got waxed, and that's all she did.
well, but with Kabuto, it was more of a psychological thing. It wasn't like she wasn't
Man,
strong enough.
I don't give a fuck. Fraud and training, a.
All right,
Fraud and
shit,
trade.
damn. All right. Hey, yo, Zach, you got anything to
Hey,
say on this?
I can say she's a real Hokage because she out there in the front lines every
Yeah,
time.
that's
You know what
true.
I'm
That's
saying?
true. That's
Like,
true.
sure, she could be, you know what I'm saying? She could be getting boxed up, but she's still out there in the front lines. You know what I'm
It
saying?
doesn't. It,
A lot
it
of Hokages
doesn't
be,
matter. It doesn't make you any less of a fraud. You're still a fraud. I give you props for being
yeah,
out there, but you're still a
yeah.
fraud.
She's a fraud senju is what I'm saying. She's a fraud senju because how you getting boxed up by people who your grandpops could dog, could mouthwash? Come on now.
All right. So that's Tsunade. She is in fraud in training. That's tough. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Next character we all know and love. My boy Naruto Uzumaki. Is he a fraud or not?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay.
Yeah, never a
Down.
fraud. He is never a fraud. Hikey.
All right. Naruto Uzumaki is going into F tier, which is never a
Wait,
fraud. Oh,
wait.
what we got?
He a fraud. He pretend like he's straight. Nah, that nigga gay for real. Nah,
I ain't gonna lie.
you
You
could
kind of you do
have told me you
be.
took it up the next month for how many years? For like 8 years, and say that you want to have a wife and kids. Nah, you boxy boy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah. You
You lost
know.
an arm for a nigga, bro.
You listen out for a thing.
You lost an arm just to get the next mom's back. Get out of here, bro. You're a fish, man. No island.
All
Which
right.
brings me to another point. Yo,
Wow.
what's his name? Kaido was a fraud, but
Kaido's a fraud.
that's another story.
Kaido's a fraud. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay. So next speed, we got some real stuff here. Not really real, but real fiction, real people fiction. The Salamanca brothers from Breaking Bad. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have watched Breaking Bad or even watched it to that point of the show. Um, but for me, it's between A tier or S tier, bro, because the way they got dispatched, like they were cold in their open, like in their intro. When they first showed these guys off, like they basically came into the old fray and they were out here just killing people, just like that. Like they were like the way they showed them off, it felt like anywhere they went, and if they were after you, they will get you. But then it got to fuck, I forgot the name of Walter's brother-in-law. I forgot his name, but he dispatched him. And yeah, it took some time, but he still did it. It was 1 versus 2, and he still got the both of them. And that's what really gets me. He's like the first one he killed. The second one got paralyzed, which is that
Damn, you turned that nigga into a parallelogram.
he got, bro, that shit was so funny. And then there was this scene in the hospital where this man basically crawled all the way to Walter, to his face, and he basically just pointed at him. And then I think he went into like cardiac arrest or something like that, and he died. It was some crazy shit. But honestly, for me, yeah, they kind of deserve to be in either fraud in training or supreme fraud because like it's man,
I
it's
say
just
supreme fraud. How you
it's
got all that backing, but you get clapped up by one man?
yeah,
Come on now.
that's one yeah. It's just like bro, y'all took out so many gang members, so many like gang leaders and shit,
Nigga
and then
said
just
you
to
got
get
a whole
taken out by
squad and
one
that nigga
person.
made you say his name. Come on, dog.
Hey, yo.
Basically.
So you telling me they got beat by the next mom while saying his name?
No,
Hey,
no,
yo.
no, not really. But nah. So next we have Lalo Salamanca. Okay, now the thing with him is that they first showed him to us inside of Better Call Saul, and this is basically a prequel to Breaking Bad and kind of a sequel. It's kind of like both. It's a prequel and a sequel. So basically, he is Tuco's Tuco Salamanca's I think it was his uncle or something like that, and he basically was I forgot the name. Gus. He basically was like they were both in the whole Salamanca thing, but Gus was more of a special case because he brought like this business plan to the Salamancas with his partner, but then they killed his partner because they thought his partner was like I guess they basically I think his partner lost something, and then the head of the thing was like, and then something had to do with Hector Salamanca. I can't remember the whole thing, but basically he hates Gus. He hates Gus, and he's basically been onto Gus from like the start, where he's like, oh, this nigga planning on us. He's trying to destroy us from the inside. And he's for the entirety of the show of Better Call Saul, this man has been basically on it. And he's been, I don't know, like he's smart. But at the end of it, he got killed by Gus in the dark, where Gus was building his like his underground lab for his meth lab. And that was because he found that meth lab that he was building, and he basically took Gus there to execute him there. But then some miraculous shit happens. One of the lights goes out, and then in the dark, Gus gets the upper hand and kills him. So yeah, it's like he was cold. Like every scene he shows up in, he's cold as fuck. I can't lie about that. He survived a SWAT team. This man basically survived an entire extermination team coming after him. So I give him props for that. But one thing is like he dies, so I gotta put him like somewhere in between. I'm gonna put him in between because he's not bad to the point like the Salamanca twins, but he definitely is like, you know, get there's some parts there where like he kind of does do it to himself. So yeah, that's my explanation. But you guys have never seen Better Call Saul, so I don't think you
Nah,
would
I've
know.
seen it, and I agree. He belongs in between. He ain't a complete fraud, but he's still a fraud.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, all right. So next we got Yusuke Urameshi. All right. My boy from
Oh,
Yu Yu
never a
Hakusho.
fraud. He has never been a fraud.
Who are you talking about?
Yusuke
Yusuke
Urameshi
Messi has never been a fraud.
from
Yusuke?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh. I thought you were saying like I thought you was doing a little play on what's it called on Urahara's name, Kisuke.
No.
I don't know. I think trying to say useless, but yeah, I know nothing about that. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
All
Yusuke
right.
has never
Nah.
been a fraud.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. He's never been a fraud. That man pieced up a grandma, so I don't know. Yeah, he
He picked up
definitely
a grandma.
he pieced up a grandma, bro. Like, yeah,
Is he a
he
good guy?
cold. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he is
He
a
cold.
good
Nah.
guy.
He's
You
the main
can't be a
protagonist.
good guy and piecing up grandmas.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he
He's
had
the
to.
main
He had to.
protagonist.
He had to piece her up. Nah, but yeah, like he never lost a fight before. This man basically became a ghost, and he took care of work real quick, even when he was a ghost. So yeah, I give him props for everything like that. Yeah, he goaded for that. All right, next thing we got Benson from Regular Show. What y'all guys got on Benson from Regular
That
Show?
man's a fraud. He's a fake boss. How you trying to fight him over every little thing, bro?
But you can't lie. Mordecai and Rigby are annoying as fuck.
Yeah, they could be annoying as hell, but you can't try to fire somebody over the smallest thing. Even when it's his stuff that he has to do for himself. Someone get me a girlfriend or you're fired. Get out of here, dog. Nah, he a fraud. He a fake boss.
Yama, what's your thoughts on this?
I'm gonna give him an in between. He could be cool, but he can be fraudulent too.
All right. So Zach, do you think he deserves in between or fraud and training?
Nah, that nigga just a fraud, period. There's no fraud in trading. There's no in between.
So fraud supreme.
Just yes, nigga.
All right, Yama, do you think it's in between?
Yeah, I still think it's in between.
All
I
right,
think he
I'll
could
put
be.
him. I'll put him in fraud and training because that's like a middle ground for y'all. All right. So next up, we got Chucky from the Chucky series.
Oh, supreme fraud.
Supreme fraud.
Supreme fraud. You get bodied by a little boy. Supreme fraud. I'm sorry.
But in his new show, he cooking.
I don't give a fuck about his new show. He get bodied by a little boy.
Chucky?
I mean, he
Yes,
is a doll
Chucky,
after all. So
he got bodied by the same little boy 3 times, and then he got bodied by his own son. Come on,
That's
fraud watch.
crazy.
Fraud.
all right. Okay. So fraud watch for Chucky. All right. Now next we got the most notorious, infamous ninja of all time,
Fraud and
Orochimaru.
training.
Fraud
Fraud
and
and
training.
training.
For me,
He got
honestly, I'll put him in
he
supreme
got
fraud.
frauded by Itachi. He
Nah,
ran
he's the
away
real
from
deal.
Nah,
He
he's
ran
a
away.
fraud.
He ran away from the Akatsuki because he knew they was gonna clap him. He lost his arms to Hiruzen. Nah, this nigga took too many L's
Yeah, he's
for
a
me to
fraud.
count.
Honestly, you wanna know why I call him a fraud? He is part of the legendary three Sonins, and he's still out here getting cooked by little kids, bro. Nah, you can't
That's
be
what I'm
doing that,
trying to
bro.
say.
You
Like,
are a
nah, he a
Nah,
supreme
fraud.
fraud. You are a supreme fraud, bro. Ain't no
He
way.
a fraud,
Cause
dog.
how are you a legendary Sonin member and you're getting cooked? But actually, you know what? I take that back because all the Sonin members did get cooked. Tsunade got
oh
cooked.
nah, stop playing.
Orochimaru got cooked.
Right there, bro.
Jiraiya got cooked. So you know what? Yeah, y'all deserve supreme fraud. All right, next we got Tom Holland's Spider Man. What we
Oh,
thinking?
he's a fraud.
Supreme fraud. Supreme fraud. This
Supreme
nigga get
fraud.
cooked by every villain he fight. He
Bro,
put up
he
no
got
contest against
This
Green
man gets
Goblin.
cooked and this man get cooked even out of his own verse. How you get clapped up by two guys? Get out of here. Get out of here, bro. You're not my Spider Man, bro. You Spider Freak.
Sorry, Tom Holland. You got to take the L. All right, we
Talk
got.
about someone can do everything a spider can. More like does every single man. Get out of here.
Fuck the weed.
I'm sorry. That really blew my eyes. He really had this man acting like a Bati boy, while his girl be getting the smorgasbord. You know what? Let me not get man. Let's move to the next one, bro.
All right.
I don't even want to start.
So we got the new
No, but
Godzilla.
like, how you really? Let me
Up next, we got the new Godzilla.
In between.
In between?
fraud,
In
Fraud?
between.
Fraud? Okay.
bro. Are we talking about the one that just fought Kong?
Yeah, the one that just fought Kong, yeah.
Nah, fraudulent activities.
Fraudulent? Why?
Nah,
Not in
because
between.
first of all, I know full and well he would not have had gained up with Godzilla. Godzilla is an ape, a monkey, a filthy one at that one. Like,
Well,
what is wrong with
actually,
you?
that's King Kong, not Godzilla. But yeah, keep going.
I'm telling you, yeah, what's it called? Godzilla and gained up with a monkey. What? She would never do that. She would always stay with her reptile brethren before taking it with a mammal, a filthy
All
mammal.
right. I understand your point.
Fraud.
Yo,
And
what's his name? I would,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I wanna say, and I wanna say in between, right? Because in the first movie, he bodied the monsters by himself, and then in the second movie, he needed help from the humans to use a nuclear bomb so he could fucking gain the energy to destroy King Ghidorah. And then after that, in the third movie, he needed help from Kong, and he also got bodied by Kong
But
in that movie
don't
too.
forget. He bodied Kong in the first part. The first part of the fight, he bodied that nigga, and then that nigga got to get a weapon to beat him. So it wasn't
It don't
like
matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. He still lost the fight, and then after he bodied Kong for a second time, he almost got killed by Mecha Godzilla. So yeah, fraud in training.
all right. Hey, Zach, you agree with that? Fraud in training?
yeah.
All
Even though I
right.
haven't seen that many Godzilla movies.
All right, fraud in training. All right, next one is his rival King Kong. What y'all think about him?
King Kong is a fraud because he didn't save Harambe, so get out of here.
What?
Fraud.
Hey, Yama. What you thinking?
Supreme fraud.
Supreme fraud.
Supreme fraud.
Damn.
Oh, how King Kong want to save
Oh my
one
God.
woman, bro? King Kong want to save one woman?
Damn.
Get out of here, bro. You
You
telling
want
me
me?
that
You,
that
you want me to
that
explain why he's a
Yeah,
supreme
of course.
fraud?
You gotta
no, let me
explain
finish. Let
why.
me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. How you
King
gonna
Kong,
save one woman,
King
bro?
Kong is a supreme fraud because he's a fucking simp, and he and when it comes to his movies, he loses a lot of his fights. Almost he lost twice against Godzilla. Almost got bodied by Mechagodzilla if Godzilla didn't come in and also help if they didn't tag team Mechagodzilla. And then what's his name? He almost lost against the fucking skull crawlers that he had to fight.
Damn. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Damn. Damn, Supreme fraud for real. Holy shit. All right. Next one we got Rimuru Tempest from, Reincarnated as a
Never,
slime.
Nah, never be a fraud.
Never be a fraud. All right. I mean,
that
I
man
don't think
can
we have
never
to.
be a fraud.
I don't think we got to explain that because that's like it speaks for itself. All the shit that he's
Ainz
done.
Ool Gown, you can put him in never fraud either.
Oh
That's
no,
all.
ultimate fraud.
Ultimate fraud. What did he
He swear
do?
he cold. He swear he cold. Come on, my name is I so go. Get out of here with that. Hey, you ain't putting fear in nobody's hearts with that. Nah, get out of there. And people who like that anime, they're also frauds automatically.
Damn, Darius, he just threw a shot at you. That's tough. All right,
There's not even in here, bro.
I know. All right,
That's why he also a fraud.
I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put him in between.
Yo, put Darius on this, bro. Talking about why I've been
Uh,
here since freshman year. Darius a fraud too, bro. I'm sorry. I was this since freshman year. No, you weren't. Ain't nobody
All right.
seen you.
All right, so we got Gus Fring from the Breaking Bad / Better Call Saul series. For me, I'll say he is.
Civilian.
I'll say he's in between. You want to know why I say that? Because there
He
are
did
parts.
get caught lacking.
Yeah, he got caught lacking
I ain't
hard.
gonna lie.
He got
He
caught
got caught
lacking.
lacking hard. That shit was
He
crazy.
got caught lacking by a nigga in a wheelchair, bro. Like I don't want to hear nothing, bro. That man was in a wheelchair clicking that bell the entire time. Man got caught lacking. But nah. What I was gonna say is he has some cold scenes where you know he can show his power and influence and shit like that, which are pretty cool. Especially the scene where he had both Jesse and Walter dragged into the middle of the desert, and he was about to kill both of them until you know Walter convinced you know him to not kill Jesse. Um, there were those moments, but then he has those other moments where he gets like I said in Better Call Saul, this man was about to get killed by Lalo until you know that old light thing happened, and he does get bitched sometimes by niggas like Hector or like you know the Salamanca twins or even Tuco to an extent. So yeah, you gotta be in between for me. That man be fraudulent sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you. But one thing I will give him, he has the best fried chicken spot in all of fiction.
Of
Los,
course, your black
Los
ass worried
pollos
about the
hermanos.
fucking fried
Los
chicken
pollos,
spot, nigga.
los pollos hermanos, bro. You can't lie. That shit bust. I never had it though.
No spoil
Her,
and
hermanos. So next up we got my boy Rigby from Regular Show.
Rigby fraud. Fraud.
Yeah, he is supreme
Fraud.
fraud. He is supreme
Oh, wait,
fraud.
well, hold on. Now, which Rigby were we talking about? End of series Rigby or like
I'm talking about Rigby as a whole, bro.
because
Talking
like
about
Rigby,
Rigby as a whole.
because if we keep it 100 stack, Rigby at the end of the series, he was a goat. Like he was the main guy to go to because Mordecai was just too busy simping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's cool and all, but this man still faked going into getting his diploma. This nigga faked what's his name? He hold Mordecai from going to university. Yeah, nah, he a supreme fraud. He a supreme fraud. Hell no. Nah, you don't do that to your friend. You don't do that to your friend, bro.
You got me on that. Honestly,
Yeah.
he can't really save himself at that point.
That man, he's different. He built different. Yeah, nah, you know what? He's in front of the
Man
list.
from university.
You're in front of the list, nigga. You are a supreme fraud, nigga. Fuck out of here. You're number one. Let's see. Number we got next is Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th series. What we got? What we got?
In between.
In between?
Nah, he a fraud. How the hell you be teleporting, bro? Ain't no way. I ain't never seen that a day in my life besides Dragon Ball Z. He's a Dragon Ball character, not a scary character. Get out of here. This man want to be Goku so bad, bro.
One thing I will say he's a fraud for how supernaturally he's like strong and all that. He still be getting clapped by teenagers and shit, bro. Like, how are you getting clapped by teenagers, bro? Like, you out here, you have demonic strength, you have all this teleportation powers and shit, and yet you're getting clapped by people who are normal humans. Come on now,
bro. On top of that,
I gotta give him in between.
He's repping he human, bro. No, he not, bro.
Yeah, we know he's not human, bro. There's no way he's human. Man's fought Freddy Krueger and nigga, what the fuck? Am I supposed to believe that you human after that?
Without flinching.
Dead ass. Yeah, nah, you a fraud in training, bro. You're a fraud in training.
You're gonna give him fraud in training because he claps. He claps 90% of humans he goes up against.
All right, but then they clap him at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
They clapped at the end of the movie. That's his job.
Bro, I'm sorry, but when he was facing X, bro, when he had the upgrades, he still lost. I don't want to hear it, bro. He's supreme fraud. Supreme fraud.
Ultra fraud. Shit, I should make a new tier list.
This man turned into and you know what's the crazy part? He stayed be stealing Dragon Ball references. This man became Mecha Frieza. Stop playing with me, bro.
All right.
Man, brother was trying to be like freaking Mecha Freezer or Cooler, the second coming. Get out of here. Your dog water.
All right. We got the Nun. Anybody? I didn't watch the movie, so
Nah,
I
the
didn't
nun
know
is a
anything
fraud
about
too,
her.
bro.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. The nun is also a fraud. She.
How you playing like you a nun, bro? Acting like it's none of our business. Stop playing with me,
This
man.
nigga really said nigga really said none about business. See, I don't
She's
know.
a fraud in training.
Yeah, I don't know much about her, so I'm just gonna put her there. So we got the Shield hero himself, Naofumi Iwatani.
Oh,
What
he
y'all
not a
think about
fraud.
him?
He the real deal, dog.
A
All right,
civilian.
he's a
A
civilian.
A
civilian.
civilian.
So wait,
A civilian for trusting a hoe.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She did get. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. He a fraud
We don't
himself.
trust these hoes out here. Her.
Are you getting frauded like that? That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, we got my boy Son Goku next, or
In
Kakarot
between
in
fraudulent
between.
activities.
Nah, he
In
a fraud because
between.
he be stealing moons. He be stealing people's super attacks. Get
No,
out of
not
here.
even that. But the way he be hoeing niggas sometimes. Let's not forget when he threw the sensu bean to Cell. Let's not forget when he gave this
No, we
man
don't talk about
Jiren.
that anymore.
let's not forget. Let's not forget when he had the chance to take out this man Jiren and he didn't take it. Let's not forget the time that this man was literally facing, like, this is gonna go into manga spoilers territory. Let's not forget when he was facing this nigga Moro, had the chance to kill him, but didn't do it because he wanted to fight a stronger form. So you know what? Yeah, this man.
No. He didn't kill Moral because he was trying to give Moral the chance to like have a change of heart, like as he always do.
Nah,
That's still
bro.
fraudulent. I
Nah,
wouldn't say
that's
that's
fraud.
fraudulent.
That's
If,
fraudulent.
if he didn't do that, that would have been fraudulent. You know what I'm saying?
No, no,
If
no,
he
no. That's the
straight,
problem,
that was
though.
fraudulent.
That's the problem, though. How many times has he said that to a villain and they've said, "Oh yes, I'll become a good guy"? None of them.
Piccolo, Vegeta.
Okay, except for Piccolo. But then Piccolo's a different person. It's not even Demon King Piccolo. That's like a whole different nigga.
What about Vegeta?
Vegeta, nigga didn't become good immediately. He had to go through a whole fucking redemption arc, and even then, he's still not redeemed.
That's still perfectly fine. But at the end of the day, Vegeta's is a hero.
Yeah,
Vegeta
a
saved
hero
lives.
with fucked up shit in the past that he's done.
Okay, I know you've done some crazy things, bro. I seen you burgled that one chicken stand. Stop playing with me.
Excuse me.
You have a record, dog.
You're crazy. Nah, but I'll put him in fraud and training. I meant fraud in training. Okay, and the girl from the red hair girl from, well, the princess from
She's
Shield
a
Hero,
fraud supreme.
Rod Supreme.
She's a fraud
We don't
supreme
gotta say
because
why. We don't gotta say why.
she
She's
did
number
all
two.
of that and her plan still fell through and she almost got clapped. Crazy.
Yeah, she definitely a fraud supreme.
She was over here begging for her life. Now Fumi and now Fumi saved that shit. Big fact.
He didn't even have to, but he did it. So we got next Subaru from ReZero. What y'all thinking?
In between.
In
In
between?
between.
I ain't gonna lie. I say fraud in training because whenever this man goes to the past to try to change the outcome of the future, he just stay getting clapped. I don't know why. He's just not it.
I will give him in between because it may take him 100 tries per season, but he still get the job done.
Take 100 tries just to get the job done. It's crazy though. But all right, I guess we could do that in between, even though he got fucked up by that bitch. All right. Next characters, also from ReZero, we got Emilia.
I
Anybody?
know nothing about ReZero. I'm not gonna lie to you, so I can't really say anything.
Amelia.
Yama.
Amelia. I guess you can give her a civilian.
All right, she'll call him civilian. I won't even disagree because she doesn't really do that anything much of note in the show except for like having backstories and then that one time where she turned into that demon and killed Subaru by mistake. But we ain't gonna talk about that. We got Ram from ReZero.
FraudWatch. FraudWatch.
FraudWatch.
Yes.
Fraud and training.
She does enough. She does enough to be considered a fraud.
All right, fraud and
She
training.
loses. She loses to Roswell. She loses to Roswell. What's his name?
Gut Slayers.
I'm pretty sure. No. She a fraud in training. She.
All right.
for right now, in these 2 seasons, she's a fraud trainer.
All right. We still got a lot of characters
And
to
then
go. Still got a lot of characters to go and people. All right.
and then that vampire girl, you could put her in between.
In between, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, the way she got fucked up by that man's, yeah, yeah. She.
Garfield. Oh,
Ain't,
Reinhardt. Reinhardt never a fraud.
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. But he still died, so he's civilian.
He didn't. He died because he wanted to. Literally, that's the only time he died. When he wanted to.
Still civilian.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. You letting somebody kill you for common goal does not count as fraud.
Still civilian.
He had a plan behind that. I don't count that as I don't count that as fraud watch.
Still a civilian. He's not FraudWatch, just civilian. All right. We got my boy Bel Cronell.
Oh, that nigga
I wouldn't say
in
he's a
between.
fraud.
In between.
No, actually,
In
no.
between.
That man's a fraud. And the reason why I say he's a fraud is because he really acting like he's just a human, bro. This man doing all this stuff out of the blue, and he like, I'm still human. You know, acting like Zeus and his daddy. Like, stop playing with me, dog.
Man's posing as a human, but he's not.
He's a
He's
poser,
in
bro.
between.
Don't put this
He's
man in
he's
between.
he's in between, dog. Because sometimes this nigga be looking like a straight up fraud, and then sometimes this nigga pop out the cut talking about some I'm him.
I'm him. You got the Argonaut. Talking about Argonaut. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. In the latest season, he did clutch. It was him and Ryu stuck in that cave. He clutched. Them niggas clutched.
Hell yeah, he clutched up both times.
Speaking
Both
of Ryu,
times.
I will put her in between because she did have a fraudulent moment in that season, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're just gonna put it right there next to her lover. Um, we got you know, I keep forgetting her name.
Eyes.
Eyes, yeah, Eyes Wallenstein. There you go. Well,
I guess you could put her in civilian.
for me, I'll put it in never a
I think
fraud.
she's a fraud only
Civilian.
because
Civilian. She lost to the Minotaur.
Oh yeah, she
Nah,
did.
I say she's a fraud only because like one, how you pretend like you're the strongest out there when there be people that they'll be fighting that's way stronger than her, and she like, oh yeah, I'm the strongest. Like she don't say it, but like people be like capping on her rap. So
Yeah,
much she the strongest. This and that.
but she's not saying it though. They riding her meat, but she's not telling anybody to ride her meat for her.
Reputation precedes her, bro.
All right,
And
I'm gonna keep her a civilian though.
Reputation don't add up. Remember that time where
Yeah.
where Bella had to fight that giant monster at the end of the first season, and he was one to put in the pain. What was Eyes doing? What was she doing? Was doing nothing but using her eyes.
She was chilling with the familia.
Exactly.
Nah, but let's recap on the people we got on Fraud Watch. So S tier, we got Rigby is number 1, the red hair princess from Shield Hero, the Salamanca twins. We got Chucky, Orochimaru, Tom Holland Spider Man, and King Kong.
Batiman Spider-Man.
Batiman. A
I'm sorry.
A tier. Fraud in training. We got Tsunade, Benson, Godzilla, Jason Voorhees, the Nun, Kakarot or Goku, and then we got Ram. For B in between, we got Lalo Salamanca, we got Aizung. I keep fucking this nigga's name on. Aizung Gaon.
Head ass. You could barely even pronounce his name, bro. How's that cold?
Gus Fring, Subaru, the Gut Slayer, which I just remembered her name.
The what?
Yeah, that's her. That's her name, bro. Bel Cronell and Ryu something Zaki. I forgot the last name of that. We have the Minotaur from Danmachi, Naofumi from Shield Hero, Emilia from Shield. I said Shield Hero. From ReZero, Reinhardt from ReZero, and Eyes Wallenstein from Danmachi. And then we got Never a Fraud, which is the niggas who can never be frauds. Naruto Uzumaki from Naruto. My boy Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho. And then the boy Rimuru Tempest from Reincarnated in Another World as a Slime. So that's the tier list so far. Moving on to the next person, we got what's her name again? Um, Leafa, I think her name is. Not Leafa. Uh, Leafia? I don't
She
remember her
don't
name,
do
bro.
nothing.
Yeah, she. I just put
Never
a
a fraud
civilian.
because she don't do nothing.
Yeah, I guess she never does anything. We got my boy Hit from Dragon Ball
Fraud
Super.
in training, nigga. Fraud in training.
You know what?
Fraud. Actually, no. Straight fraud.
Supreme
Straight
Fraud.
fraud.
Damn. All right. Why?
Yeah,
Why do
supreme
you think? Why do you
fraud.
think he deserves
Yeah, what my
Supreme
boy hit
Fraud?
do?
What do you do?
He basically he beats Vegeta. I give him that. Then he gets the upper hand on Goku, and Goku comes back and kind of like ties the match and gives him problems. And then what's his name? The second time we see him, he kills Goku, or supposedly he thought he killed Goku, and Goku revives himself and then beats his ass. And then the next time we see him, he gets clapped by Jiren. Fraud watch.
How's that fraud watch? Every time he's lost, one of the few times that he's lost, it's actually been justified. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Come
I
on
ain't gonna
now.
lie. I ain't gonna lie. You know what? I'll put him in between because I don't think he deserves to be a straight fraud because he still was cold when he first got introduced.
He still gets cold,
So
bro.
yeah, he still is cold. It's just that in the tournament of power, there was niggas stronger than him. So you know, it's not like he's a fraud. Like he's still strong. It's just there are people out there stronger than he is. So yeah. All right. Next we got Saber from Fate
Civilian.
Stay. Civilian? Yeah. You know what? I agree because I don't think she's ever a fraud in that series. She kind of carries most of the time.
She is, bro. What? What are you talking about? Saber over here posing as a girl, bro. You know full of well Arthur was a guy. That's a poser, bro.
That's still
That's a
not
poser.
fraud watch. That's not enough to be called a fraud.
That's fraud watch, bro. You telling me changing your gender on the fly is not a fraud? Get out of here, bro. But if a transgender person did it, you'd be like, oh,
Gilgamesh?
that's a dude. That's a dude.
Gilgamesh is a
Really?
true fraud. A
Gilgamesh?
supreme
What do
fraud.
you
I'm
mean by
sorry.
what do you mean by he's a supreme fraud? What happened?
This nigga had it all. He had it all. Everything in the palm of his hands. And he still managed to fumble the biggest bag in history. I'm not hearing it.
He's
That
going
nigga's
to
a
fraud
supreme
supreme. He's
fraud.
going to fraud supreme right away. That's tough. All right, we got Rin from Fate Stay.
I don't know. She was
Fraud.
kind of useless, dog.
All right, I
Wait,
put her
wait,
in civilian.
you're a fraud because she swears she's so smart, but she couldn't figure out who killed her dad. Get out of here.
No.
Like,
Fraud in
she
training.
can't be played.
Fraud in training. All right, we got the main character who came back from the future to try to kill his past self, Archer. What y'all thinking about him?
In between.
In between? Honestly, I want to put him in Supreme Fraud because you're the main character. Yeah, you still trying to kill yourself, bro. Come on now. Even I get it, you got a good reason, but bro, it's kind of stupid because you put yourself in a time loop regardless. And then what's the point? Just for you to die over and over again by your own hand, like that makes no sense. So yeah, I'll put him in Fraud and Training. And then we got the main character of Face Day. I'll put that nigga in
Yeah, in
civilians.
between.
I'll put him in civilians.
Nah, he a go. He a go. He ain't doing nothing wrong.
Yeah, because he be helping.
He was only put there because his stepdaddy was trying to. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next one we got Saitama from One Punch Man.
You can put him in never a fraud.
Nah, he a real deal. He the real deal.
He never a fraud. All right, we got. Oh yeah, he's a fraud supreme. Fraud supreme. He loses every fight that he's in, bro. Ain't no way, bro. That nigga fraud. He's a fraud. He's a every single fight. The first fight, no, bro. The first fight that he fought, Mosquito Girl, right? She clapped him. And then the second fight that he fought, what was the second fight that he fought again? Them niggas from the monster. So no, not the monster associate. The House of Evolution. Man, he still got cooked. He had nothing to do in that. Yo, the Kabuto monster nigga killed his ass. Saitama had to save him. And then the fight after that, what was the fight after that? Yo, all I know is every single time I remember this nigga, the only fight that he never lost in was the Speed of Sound Sonic fight, and that's only in the manga for right now. So, like, bro, This man gets clapped every single time he fights anybody, bro. Garo clapped his ass. Like, yo. And that was when Garo just got fucking, he just came from getting jumped by 5 niggas. So, like, bro, you have no excuses. Genos, you know what? I'm putting I'm putting right next to Rigby, bro. You're number 2. You're number 2, bro.
Wow.
Like, you are crap. You are garbage.
Wait,
All
is
right.
that Garo on the
He
list?
didn't even do anything, bro.
Genos, not Garo.
No, I'm talking about the next person. Is
Yeah,
that Garo?
yeah, that's Garo. Okay, so next we got Garo. Honestly, I'll put him at
Never a fraud.
in between because
Never a fraud.
nah, he does be having some moments here and there where he runs away from a fight. There's some moments where he's like,
strategic.
remember?
He's supposed to lose those fights though.
No.
Against his sister.
Remember when he was gonna face Watchdog Man and he just ran away?
No, he
Remember
didn't
that?
run away. He got beat. His ass. Oh wait, yeah, you right.
Yeah.
In between,
Yeah.
his
mhm.
ass got beat by Watchdog Man. He
Man
didn't run away.
He ran away after he got fucked up. He said, "Shit, I'm good."
And then what's his name? He did get fucked up by some of the monsters in the Monster Association before he upgraded.
Yeah.
And then Darkshine was also putting paws on him before he upgraded. And
Exactly.
then Master also put some paws on him before he upgraded.
Yep.
And then Saitama put the paws on him.
Okay, we get it. There's a long list of him getting fucked up. We get it. Nigga, damn. Nigga putting out the list on this nigga. All right.
Damn, I ain't gonna hold you. I think you should move him up a tier.
Yeah, you're right. You're a fraud in training. We got Tatsumaki. Or
Yeah, you could put her in.
I'll put her in never a fraud because she never loses a fight in the series.
Oh,
just-
is that Boros?
Yeah, that's Boros. He definitely a fraud. Ain't no
You
way.
put him in Supreme Fraud. That
He
nigga
is-
had one fight and he got clapped.
Fraud supreme, bro. This man got clapped so hard. That wasn't even Saitama's 1% strength. He got clapped. He never had a chance. He never had a chance, bro. This man got cooked. Oh my god. Alright. Next character, character, is Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. What y'all thinking about him?
In between.
In between? Yeah, he does have some moments where he kind of switches on the boy Heisenberg. I don't know why he does that. Why does he do that? I mean, I understand, yes, Heisenberg gets a little bit in over his head and shit, but still, you gotta back your homie. Y'all are day ones. You can't do that to your friend. You know what I mean? If he's going in over his head, you gotta pull him out. You can't just...
What do you mean? His friend killed his girlfriend. His friend killed his bitch.
Well, he didn't kill her. He just didn't do anything to help her.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, he didn't kill her then. He didn't do anything to her. She choked to death on her own vomit.
That's tough.
Yeah, that is. I mean, yeah, he could have done something to save her, but he decided not to. He was like, it ain't not my problem. So I'll put him in. I'll put Jesse Pinkman in between. All right. We got my boy Speed of Sound Sonic, fraud, straight fraud, just fraud supreme. You know, I'm putting him right next to Genos. Y'all both fraud brothers. Y'all gonna be frauds forever. Why did I put him there?
The one fight he won was against him. No, I think you should put him above Genos because Genos actually beat him.
Yeah, you're right. He number 2. Yeah. This man, Speed of Sound Sonic, he done some whole shit the entire series. First of all, he went after Saitama just because he was bald. That's some whole shit right there. The second thing he did was he kept going after Saitama because he punched him in the balls. That's another some whole shit right there. And then the third thing he did, which was he went after Saitama again because he wanted revenge for him beating him twice. Got beat up by Genos, who dispersed this quickest attack because he didn't even have a sliver of chance of beating Genos during that time. Genos was way faster than him. And then after losing so many times to Saitama, he tries to become a monster himself by taking the monstrification cells that some of his ninja allies gave him. And then he cooked it up, he ate it, and guess what? He didn't turn into a monster, he got diarrhea. So yeah, you a fraud. You a fraud.
Oh damn, no, that's fraudulent activities, bro.
You a fraud for real. My boy King, never a fraud. He never a fraud. He goated.
That nigga is a huge ass fraud. Stop playing with me, bro.
Nah, he's the reason why. He's the reason why they beat all the villains they beat. You can't tell me different. He's the reason why. He's the only reason why, bro.
That man got no superpower. Stop playing with me.
He has no superpowers, but this man's presence alone speaks for him. Like, you
Bro,
can't
it's
lie.
not his presence, bro. He just stink, bro.
Nah, but that's just his heartbeat. Just be scaring niggas, and that's
He
not
stink,
fraudulent.
bro. That's why they run away. Cause he stink.
It's more of his heartbeat. But nah, you can't tell me that man don't be scaring niggas just by standing there. Ma,
I be scared of somebody who that ugly too.
I'll be right back.
Be right back. Niggas back hating.
Hey yo, peep game. Now I'm gonna take over the stream. I'm gonna tell you about here. This man don't put in no work, bro. Tell me how you would do with an ugly ass face, and people just scared of you. Now you think, oh, people are just intimidated by my demeanor. No, he probably smell like eggs and cheese, dog. He smell like eggs and cheese. That's why they be running. I'm not trying to hear it, bro. Do you smell what they smell in that verse? No. Do you want to be smelling what he smells like? No.
None. Exactly, but I promise you, it's because he's king. It's not because he smells like egg and cheese. It's because he's him.
He's what?
He's him.
Oh yeah, because it's him who smells. Get out of here. When they pointed to him, talking about, yeah, that's him, officer. That's the nigga with the ugly ass face that needs to be locked away.
Yo, the disrespect on fucking King is crazy.
He's not king, bro. He's a queen. Get out of here, bro.
Nah, that's King. That's King.
Are you mad, bro?
He's your king. Wait, who this? Who this?
I should have done this a while ago. I don't know why I never did this. It's kind of stupid. Huh. I just realized I never muted the thing. Hold up. Zach leave?
Yeah.
God damn, that's crazy. All right, let me check the analytics real quick. 3 viewers, 3 concurrent viewers. Well, just 3 views actually, not 3 concurrent. All right, school. All right, let's get back to FraudWatch. Actually, I'm gonna have to pause the stream real quick because all right. So I muted my voice on the stream. We're gonna need one more person in here. Does Zach leave? He went to sleep.
I guess he is something like that.
Ah, damn. All right. Let me see. At nigga. Let me see if he's still alive, awake. Just alive, awake. He's something like that. You know what? Let me see if Greg is still awake. God damn it. The man them don't want to come to the VC chat. Oh wait, this man Darius is awake.
I think so. I'm back.
Oh, you're back? La boy is back. All right, I'm back too. I'm back to smack.
You understand? Yeah.
All right, let's do this shit. All right.
Yeah, I'm on my youth.
So
Yo,
the
exactly. Don't ever do that again.
the character we had in for the last one was Garo. Now we are gonna go to what's his name? Sweetie you from One Punch Man.
Not much.
You know what? In my opinion, let me make sure that my shit is unmuted. Yeah, it's not unmuted.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I feel like Sweetie is a fraud in training. And why do I think that? The reason why I think that is because when we first get introduced to Sweetie was in the tournament arc.
I mean, he was bodying everybody in the
yeah, of course. And guess what? All them niggas was
Saitama or the monsters because
all them niggas was yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. But all them niggas was significantly weaker than him when he was fighting them niggas. You could definitely tell, like, he could body them niggas in like a punch or so. But when it came to the real hard hitters, like Saitama and Bakuzan and that nigga with the 4 arms or 6 arms, the nigga couldn't do shit. The only person that he could do something against one of the monsters was the beetle nigga that could shoot energy blasts out of his fucking thing. That was the only person he was able to handle. Other than that, everybody else was basically just, you know, straight up.
But like Saitama is like the strongest in the verse, and those 2 monsters are heavy hitters. Like they're nothing to play around with. So like,
bro, don't forget what they had this nigga on. Don't forget what they had this man on, bro. They had him crawling for dear life, screaming for help, crying his eyes out, bro. He was crying. Yeah, FraudWatch. Nah, you a fraud. Ain't no real nigga crying, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Even Naruto, when he got fucked up to a point of crying, he never cried, bro. He never cried. I'm talking about like when he was getting no. I'm talking about when he was getting fucked up, not when he was getting this emotional talk no jutsu shit. I'm talking about like when he was getting fucked up. That's the difference. Like, nah, this nigga was getting fucked up and he was crying. He was crying for help. So nah, like he had his teeth knocked out.
Of course he gonna cry with his teeth getting knocked
out. He was looking like a freaky frog. That's all I gotta say.
A freaky what?
A freaky frog.
A freaky fraud is crazy.
All right, next we got Bang. Never a fraud. That man is never a fraud. Never in his life he is. That man's goated. I don't think anybody. Super Alloy Darkshine though, definitely a fraud. Fraud in training. He lost to Garo. You know what? You're ahead of Garo, because you lost to Garo and you started crying like a little bitch. Yeah, I don't want to hear that. This man started crying like a little bro. The first time he ever lost in his life, this man couldn't take it. He started crying. Yeah, fraud in training. Daryl from Walking Dead, never a fraud. He goated. Anybody else disagrees with that?
I haven't seen enough of The Walking Dead, so I can't really say anything.
All right, Yama.
You can leave him there.
What about Rick? Boy Rick. FraudWatch. Supreme Fraud. Fraud in training. In between. In between. All right. Yeah, he does flake out sometimes. I don't know what the fuck he be thinking. My boy Carl. What about my boy Carl?
From HR?
No, Carl from Walking Dead.
Fraud.
What do you mean fraud?
Fraud.
Why? What happened to him?
Because his name is Carl. Who the hell wants to trust a person named Carl?
But he's the son of Rick.
Nah,
he the son of Rick, but that don't mean nothing. He don't really be doing much.
But he was out there. He was putting in the work for them niggas when Rick left.
He can go ahead and put in the work, but I don't trust a guy named Carl. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules.
Whatever you think. He in between with his father. All right. We got Negan, the guy who killed Stephen Yeun's character. He killed some other characters too. But yeah. Negan.
No opinion.
No opinion? Yama?
Fraud in training.
Fraud in training? All right. I do not disagree with that because he was moving kind of crazy until he died. Michonne from The Walking Dead again.
Never a fraud.
Never a fraud. Zach?
I don't know who that is.
She's a samurai lady from Walking Dead.
Oh, never a fraud.
Yeah, she cold. She cold for real. You know, I'll put her in right next to Yusuke. Okay, now we got Tuco Salamanca from Breaking Bad. Tuco Salamanca.
A.
A?
Sounds like a fraud.
But I ain't gonna lie, this man was real for all the shit that he was doing. Like he was fucked up, but he was
He
real as
was
fuck.
real.
I
He
bet he
was
was
real.
real, but I'm gonna have to say that he's a real fraud too.
He's real, but he's also retarded and can't keep his shit together. Oh shit! I forgot. We on
This
stream.
nigga. Okay, you know it doesn't matter. We're gonna keep going. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess we're gonna put him in B tier or A tier actually, right next to Negan. Steven Yeun. I forgot his name of his character. I forgot the name of his character. What's the name of his character again?
I forgot the name of his character, but I remember everybody was mad when he died because Negan bashed his breakfast.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I want to put him in Never a Fraud because he was always down with the crew. He never did no fuck shit. He was just that nigga. He was kind of like Daryl. They were just both them niggas. So I'm putting him in Never a Fraud. They were just both them niggas, bro. All right, now we got
this bozo right here. You could put him in S.
Shane. Yeah, he a fraud. I ain't gonna lie. He foul. He foul for what he did, bro. He foul for what he did. This man really made everybody.
He was always doing the most.
Dead ass.
He was supreme fraudulent.
But the way he went out was crazy.
The way he went, shit was crazy.
Yeah, that man's got fucking. Oof. Yeah, no, I don't think anybody want to go through that. All right, now we get into the more interesting stuff. CW's The Flash, Barry Allen. Fraud and Training. Honestly, I want to put him as Fraud Supreme because there's a lot of moments in the show where he literally could do and save everybody in the blink of an eye, but he doesn't do it, and he wants to stop and talk to the fucking villains. So you know what?
You could put him in S.
S tier? Right. S tier fraud? Yeah. Yeah, you a fraud. I'm gonna put your head of Rick because you're a speedster and you can actually solve all the problems, but you don't want to. So yeah. Then we got Kid Flash from the CW.
I haven't seen much of this to tell you.
You haven't seen much of Kid Flash?
No, I haven't got past that shit.
For me, I'll put him in Fraud and Training because he's training with a fraud. So yeah, he kind of is on that level. All right, now we got Iris West when she became a Flash.
I'm guessing she's also a fraud, right?
Yeah, no, she's a supreme fraud, right next to Barry Allen, for real. I don't even gotta explain much. I mean, anybody who's watched the show, who's watching the stream right now, knows exactly why I say that. She's a fraud for real. Now we got Eobard Thawne or Reverse Flash.
I guess you can put him in C, civilian.
Yeah, honestly, that man's always been real. I don't think anybody else in that series has been real like that. And by real, I don't mean like he's a cool guy. I mean like he real with his intentions. He never like wants to. Well, he did double cross them niggas, but he did train the Flash at the same time. So it was kind of like he did a good thing, but doing it for a bad reason. Now we got Cisco, or what's the name of that nigga? What's that superhero name? We got a superhero name. Breach or some shit. I don't know. So y'all thinking Cisco, fraud, no fraud?
I'm thinking B.
B in between. All right. Now we go to the more interesting ones.
When I seen him, he was very useful, very helpful. But he would get boxed up every once in a while, especially when it came to Savitar. That nigga Savitar was boxing everybody up.
That's true. And he died twice in the series. So yeah. Now we go to my boy Ichigo Kurosaki. What y'all thinking?
Civilian.
Fraud?
Civilian.
Fraud?
Civilian.
Fraud?
C.
Oh, you said S?
No, nigga, what the fuck?
S tier Ichigo Kurosaki. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm gonna say he is civilian. He always there on time. Well, not really on time because they be getting clapped before he get there. He always there to save their asses. The Soul Society, them niggas is fraud for real. Let's be honest, the
He
real
died
frauds,
twice, came
yeah,
back, beat ass. It's okay.
the real frauds are the Soul Society because them niggas can't even handle shit themselves. They gotta rely on a substitute Soul Reaper to help them. That's crazy. And I don't want to hear no excuses talking about, but he's the Soul King and shit. I don't give a fuck. That nigga, he literally is a substitute Soul Reaper in rank. Everybody else, captains and fucking vice captains, all them niggas getting clapped by Aizen, by fucking uh the fucking Iran cars and shit and the Espadas. And these niggas have to rely on a Soul Reaper who is not even a full Soul Reaper. He's still not even a full Soul Reaper in the 1,000 Year Blood War. Realize that nigga is still a substitute Soul Reaper. So the fact that they still receiving help from this nigga is kind of cheeks. Y'all niggas is cheeks. Y'all niggas garbage. All right, we're going to the Uryu Uryu Ishida. Um,
I'm gonna give him a B.
he a fraud. You can't switch up on gang like that. You cannot switch up on gang like that. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm. Yeah, actually, I ain't gonna
Yeah,
hold you. Give him the A because he switched up on gang. He fake switched up on gang, but now you still switched up.
the man out here switching up like a fucking what's the name of that fucking Pokemon? Ah, fuck it, I forgot. Yeah, you're gonna be an A. You're a fraud. You're gonna be ahead of Godzilla. You're a fraud. All right, now we got Renji Abarai. Anybody? Anybody?
S.
That's it. Damn. Why?
He loses all his fights except the one against masculine.
Damn. All right. That man is a straight fraud going in front of that man Shane. All right. Now we
Do
got my boy.
you disagree with me?
No, I mean I'm asking why you think he's a fraud, like straight up a fraud supreme.
Nah, if you disagree with me, then just tell me why.
I don't disagree. I'm just asking like why do you think he's a fraud supreme? But yeah, that's a good answer. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Um, now we got Mike from Breaking Bad slash Better Call Saul. Uh, now see that's my boy. Mike is my boy. He did have some moments where he was moving kind of shady, but it was all for a good reason. So I kind of got to give it to him. I'll put him in civilians because that's just like he just honestly he's like one of the best written characters in the show. So yeah, what you think? What you thinking?
Yo,
Mm. What you thinking?
thinking about who?
For my boy Mike.
I don't think I remember him enough to give opinion on him.
All right,
Who's Mike?
guy from
Explain, run it back.
Breaking Bad. He works with Gus Fring. He's the white guy, the white old guy.
The one that what's his name? Heisenberg kills.
Yeah,
You can put him in. You can put him in C.
yeah, same place I put him. All right, next we got Rukia Kuchiki. What we thinking?
You can put her in B.
B in between? Yeah. She got some moments like when she got captured. Like, but why your ass getting yourself captured for? Shouldn't be getting captured by these niggas who can't even beat niggas like fucking Holly Bell and shit. So I want to hear it. And she's out here getting cooked. She how bro? She lost her powers, bro. How do you lose your powers in the first place, nigga? Ain't nobody else except for you lost your powers as a Soul Reaper. So that's another reason. All right. Orihime, never a fraud. I can't lie. She holds it down. She never. I didn't never see her once in the series choke or fuck around. Like I mean, the only time that she ever turned tail was only because she had to, because this nigga Ukiura was basically like, yeah, uh, I'm gonna kill that nigga if you don't come with me, and then you know she gotta she had to go. She had to go. So yeah, for me she is definitely F. Um, what you think, Yama,
Hmm?
for Orihime?
I'll put her in C.
For me, I'll put her in F because he's always like had Ichigo's back no matter
That's
what.
what I'm trying to say. She's not really a fighter. She's more for what she is made to do. She is the best at it,
Yeah, which is why
and
I put
she
her in
does it,
F.
and and she does it very well. So yeah, I guess I can give her a C.
All right, I'll still.
Because there was the one time where she couldn't heal Ichigo's wounds.
Yeah, but that was only because she was doing it for Ichigo. It wasn't because she was doing it because she didn't want to. If you're talking about like in the beginning parts, then it's like she didn't even know that she had powers yet. So
No, I was talking about the time before he turned into Bosco Lord. And she was trying to heal him, but she couldn't.
yeah, because
That was
Uki.
fraudulent activities.
No, but that was because of Ukiura.
So she was able to heal the first one. Why couldn't she heal that one?
All right, I guess I concede. All right, next we got Byakuya Kuchiki. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This nigga's an A tier fraud.
Nah, you can put him in. You can put him in B.
Nah, yeah, A tier fraud, bro. Bro? How is a normal substitute Soul Reaper on his first day learning Bankai already on your level, bro?
You can put him in B. You can put him in
Nah,
B.
nah. Just for that, he's an A tier fraud, bro. Cause
Nah, put
cause
him
you
in
really
B.
gotta put it into perspective. That is Ichigo's first time learning Bankai, and this man Byakuya has been alive more than this nigga Ichigo could even think of. And yet somehow Ichigo claps him. Well, not claps him, but he beats him. I want to hear the he's a main character bullshit. Nah, that's just an excuse. This nigga, you have literally no reason to lose. You literally have everything on him as an advantage. You have more experience than him. You're stronger than him. You have a better bankai than him, bro. What are you doing? You are a captain and you're losing to Ichigo when he just first
Bro,
learned bankai. Oh hell the fuck no. Oh hell
bro,
the
put
fuck
that
no.
nigga in B. Put him in B and stop making a commotion, dog.
I'm making them top tier FraudWatch. Fucking B, number one B, nigga. That's what you are. Top tier B FraudWatch. Okay, now we got Rocky Balboa. What we thinking?
I'm also thinking B.
B? Yeah. First movie he does lose. He loses the fight. Second movie he gets his lick back. I believe it's the third movie that he has to avenge Creed. Avenge Creed because Drago killed him. But yeah, yeah. He's in between. I put him in the lower tier. Now we got Apollo Creed.
He gonna put him in A. That nigga does.
Damn, just because he died.
Yeah, he got mocked. Turned into mock juice.
Put that nigga ahead of Negan. All right, now we got Drago. What you thinking for Drago? Yo, Yama.
Yo.
What you thinking for Drago?
man. I mean, he did lose to Rocky. I mean, I guess you could put him in C because
Yeah,
he was carrying that whole movie until it came to Rocky.
that's true. That's true. He killed Apollo, beat Rocky a bit up, but then Rocky came back with some main character bullshit. Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah. You know you can never give up, man. You just gotta keep going and going and going.
All right, now we got Mr. T from the Rocky movie. That fight was fire. That fight was fire. I ain't gonna lie. Fight was fire. I'll put him in C because that was a calm, cool fight. And then we got what's this man's name again? I forgot his first name, but it's Creed's son from Creed.
Apollo Creed?
Is that what?
Who, Apollo Creed?
Yeah, Creed's son. Where we putting him?
You can put him in C.
Civilian. All right. All right. Now we got the new guy, Damien.
Oh, you can put him in A.
Eh? Damn. I thought he was. I thought he was cool. Cause don't forget, he was an up and coming fighter until he fought that nigga.
I mean, yeah, but he was doing some pretty fraudulent shit to get there.
Yeah. Don't put him ahead of Apollo. All right. Okay, now we're getting into some of the YouTubers. What we thinking about my boy Niga Higa?
It's been a while since I seen my boy Ryan.
So what we thinking? Never fraud, civilian, in between, fraud in training, supreme fraud, or fraud supreme?
Never a fraud.
Never a fraud. Yeah, it's my nigga right there, Niga Higa. I always watch this nigga's videos ever since I was a kid, bro. Nah, straight up. All right, now we got Saul from Better Call Saul. Yeah, for me, he's S tier, so he's just a supreme fraud. That nigga be frauding everywhere he goes. Like it's literally a thing, bro. Like that man Saul Goodman, nah, straight a fraud. You
No,
know what?
no, 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 no.
He number one. He's
I'll
number
put
one.
him, I'll put him in B because he do be saving people's lives OD.
Yeah, saving people's lives, but then most of the time, you can't just. That's like little increments of what he does. Most of the time, this nigga just be frauding. He literally nearly fucks up his marriage twice in the Better Call Saul show because he's been doing some fuck shit with what's his name, with the Salamancas. Don't forget that. Like you can't just choose like to forget everything that he's done just because he saved a few lives. Nah, nah, nah. He was doing some fucked up shit too. And don't forget when after the whole Breaking Bad events happened, this man was still doing a whole fucking leading a whole fraudulent life. So yeah, this man is a supreme fraud for real. Nah, like you can't act like this man's not a fraud. Like yes, I agree. Yes, he saved lives. He was getting some niggas, out of some fucked up shit, but he was still a fraud, nonetheless.
No, you can put him in A.
Nah, I'm a compromise. I'm gonna put him in lower S. I'm put him right in front of Shane though, because he's a bigger fraud than Shane. All right, now we got Smosh. Frauds or no frauds?
Who?
Smosh. Ian and fuck, forgot the other person's name. But yeah, Smosh. The YouTube channel Smosh.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about it.
You thinking about it? Damn, you gotta think about it. For me, they're never a fraud. Them niggas was goaded, and they bought their company back with a big ass comeback. Yeah, for me, straight up, never a fraud, never a fraud. PewDiePie, oh yeah, now this nigga, this man right here, yeah, he a fraud in training. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. He had some some controversies over the years. Yeah, this man a fraud in training for real. That man, he different. That old PUBG bridge thing, the fucking the Fiverr thing. Yeah. Yeah, this man looking crazy. Next we got a Markiplier. But congratulations to that nigga with his wedding though. That man's got a whole family now. He cooking. Anyway, so yeah, Markiplier. I put him never a fraud. He's never done a single thing controversial in his time as being a YouTuber. That man's always been clean. And he has some entertaining ass videos too, so there's that. And he put me onto Five Nights at Freddy's, so I gotta give him that too. What about you, Yama?
What character is it?
It's not a character. It's Markiplier. You got nothing? Ayo. All right, I guess we're just gonna move on to Jacksepticeye. Yeah, I gotta put him to never a fraud as well.
Never a fraud.
Yeah,
Sure about that?
I'm very sure about that. Man's never had a single controversy in his YouTube career either. I mean, he had I think some things like personal issues and shit, but it's never been like something that went out of control or some shit like that. Now we go to XQC. Oh yeah, we getting into big fraudulence things over here. Mind them over there is a big fraud ahead of Barry Allen, for real, for real. I'll be honest with you, this man, he been frauding. He been frauding for the past few months. He been acting crazy too. Man's a big fraud right in front of Barry Allen. I put him right there. And the only reason why I say that is because the shit that he doing right now. He out here moving crazy on stream talking about, yes, I'm a react to people's videos, not give them any type of credit, right? I'm gonna put their videos in the description, but I'm not gonna react to the video at all. Which, I mean, yes, it's your choice to do that if you want. But then there will be like every 1 minute, like every 10 minutes in a video where he just does one thing and calls out a reaction. Nigga, that ain't reacting, nigga. Come on now, that's bullshit. Man's literally the king of not doing original content. Crazy. Then we got Pokimane. What we thinking about Pokimane, Yama? This man, Yama just dead silent. All right. Pokimane, I'll put her civilian because she did have some controversies, but it's not even like her fault. I mean, she had that old. she had that old Nick God. You ain't funny. Oh man, that's still one of my favorite clips from Switch to this day, bro. That shit is funny. So yeah, I'm gonna put a civilian for that. It's funny. Valkyrie, I don't even know who Valkyrie is. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I only know her by name. That's it. I never watched any of her content. I never like reacted to any of her stuff. Not like reaction videos, but like I've never like watched any of her content. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm put her to never a fraud. I show speed. Mm. Now, this man himself, he's had a lot of controversies. Latest one is the one with the whole he's showing this shit on the live stream and shit. He didn't do it on purpose, but still, like that's still crazy. He had the whole fake Cristiano Ronaldo, fucking thing that he did on the live stream. And then there's this whole allegation thing where his team is literally taking out people's content just because they use some of his clips in it. He's throwing away, like just throwing out false copyright claims and shit, and that's kind of fucking with people's channels and shit. He did have that really entertaining time where he basically went to England and he had the whole Sidemen thing, the whole charity event that happened like 2 years ago, I believe. Was it last year or 2 years ago? One of those years. That was really fun to watch. He finally met Cristiano Ronaldo. That was pretty cool. He had this whole thing where he was having those headaches, but I'm glad he recovered from that. You know what? I'll put him in fraud and training because this team got a I show speed. You gotta his team gotta they gotta work on the whole thing that they doing. They bugging with that shit. The copyright shit.
Wasn't he rooting for Mbappe to win? And then he switched over to the Argentina jerseys later.
Oh yeah, that one too. Yeah, that one too. Nigga had the Cristiano fit on, and then he took off his shit just to put on for Messi. Shit's crazy. Nigga switching is crazy. But yeah. Next one we got Kai Cenat, the king of Twitch at the moment. Kai Cenat. Now, because I don't really have any real opinions about Kai Cenat as a streamer. I don't really watch his content that much. I do think that the thing that happened around him recently was crazy, where he came to New York and I don't know if they were his fans or something, but they fucked shit up in Times Square. That was crazy. I've seen some clips of his content. They are entertaining to watch. I won't lie, but I don't really watch him as much. I'll put him in civilian. Because that old New York thing was partially his fault because he didn't plan it out. But at the same time, he wasn't there to cause any type of harm to anybody or anything like that. So that was like, that's partially on him because he should have planned better. But that's also on the people who attended because they fucked around and did some fuck shit. So again, Aiden Ross. Now that nigga Aiden Ross, I ain't gonna lie to you. That man's the controversy surrounding his ass is plenty to choose from. But you know what? I will still put him in civilian, but I'll put him in like high tier civilian above the Minotaur because yeah, he needs to figure his shit out. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I don't have any right to say anything of that caliber because shit, nigga getting breach and shit. That's his shit. That's his job as a partial owner of Kick. So he making his bread. All right, Yama. Yo, Yama. This man Yama's dead or something? All right. We got my boy Steve Rogers. Seems like I'm gonna have to go solo on this one. Everybody else left. So Steve Rogers. FraudWatch, never fraud, civilians, in between. I'll put him in between. There's sometimes where he believes he's fighting for what's right. But then there's also the time where this man literally did not tell his own friend that his best friend killed his mother and father. And he knew that he killed his mother and father, but he never told them, which is fucked up. You don't do that. You have to let the nigga know. You can't just tell him, well, I didn't want to let you know because I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Nigga, no. Tell him. tell them that, hey yo, my best friend at the time, and still at the moment, killed your mom and dad in what was set up to seem like an accident. It wasn't an accident. He was the Winter Soldier, and he killed him in cold blood. And he strangled your mother with his metal arm. Yeah, shot your father, strangled your mother, and he then, what did he do again? I think he set the car on fire or some shit like that. But yeah, then he shot the camera that was recording him. Yeah, nah, yeah, that man is definitely in between. I'm gonna put him a bit higher. Now we got RDC World 1. We got the RDC World 1. Okay. Now see, these are my favorite content creators right now. They just don't miss. Most all their content is just fire. They never miss. And honestly, well, I gotta be honest because that whole DreamCon controversy that happened, I think it was like 2 years ago or something like that. That had its own things that was going on behind the scenes, but that wasn't on them. That was like more of the people who attended. So they just created the event. They didn't really. It's not on them to, you know. It's basically the people who deal with stuff like that. They had to deal with stuff like that. So yeah, I'll put them on Never a Fraud. Agent 00. Okay. Agent 00. All right. He's in Amp, Team Amp with Kai Cenat. So, he's on there. He's also on Playback with I forgot the other guy's name, but I watch their channel from time to time. It's pretty entertaining sometimes. I'll put him a civilian. He has some moments here and there, especially back when he was in his 2K playing days, like serious 2K playing days. So there's that. Now we got the ultimate fraud of all time, Isayama from the Attack on Titan creator. He created Attack on Titan, which is currently one of the highest selling pieces of fiction in the world. And you know what? Because I don't hate him. He's a very entertaining guy. He was just a normal person, just like everyone else, before he decided to become a mangaka. He literally worked as a fast food restaurant worker, employee, before he became a mangaka. And he used to sketch on his free time when he was at work. So you know what? Just for that, I'd take off some points. Even though there was no point system in the set before. But with Isayama, what goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he made Attack on Titan, but then he made a lot of fucked up shit on Attack on Titan that I had to watch. And there were some things that he himself said that was really fucked up. I don't know if this thing is fake, because I'm pretty sure it is fake. But there's this whole thing, this picture with Isayama when he was doing the interview, and he says like, the way I'm gonna end, I'm pretty sure it's I'm pretty sure it's fake, but somebody basically put like in subtitles, he was saying, I am going to take all the tears of my fans and I'm going to open a bathhouse with it. Now that if that was real, which I doubt it is, or it was, that would be some devious ass shit to say to your supporters and your fans of your manga. That's crazy. It like you imagine taking your fans' tears and then putting them and basically having that be large enough to make a bathhouse. Like, that's insane. All right, so you know what? I would put him to Supreme Fraud or Fraud Supreme, but I'm gonna put him below Shane because he be moving crazy sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you, he be moving crazy. Next up, we got Tony Stark himself, Iron Man, the GOAT of the MCU, one of the best written characters of the last 10 years. Yeah, he is. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, he's never a fraud. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, yeah, Civil War, he was fucking up and shit, but that was because of what happened with the mother, and he had to make a decision. So yeah, you're never a fraud to me, in my opinion. Mordecai. Yeah, he a fraud in training. I'll put him right in front of Tsunade because let's be honest, by the end of the series, this man was wilding out. He started making everything about himself. He started becoming very narcissistic. Mans was literally going in front of fucking High Five Ghost sweating just to make a whole fucking thing about himself, my nigga. Why would you do that? Like, he's an adult. This man literally went to his friend's wedding, was the best man, well, one of the best men, or yeah, not the best man, but he was one of like the grooms, you know. He goes up to the stage, grabs the mic, and starts talking about, oh, I'm happy for High Five Ghost, and that he found love, but when am I gonna find love? I was like, yo, what the fuck, bro? What are you talking about? This ain't your wedding, nigga. This is somebody else's wedding, especially it's your friend's wedding. That is disrespectful. Who does that? Who in their right mind does some shit like that? Like, imagine going up to your best friend's wedding altar, right? And you're like the best man, and he's like, hey, yo, I want you to come up here and do like a mini speech for me and stuff like that. You know, just congratulating me and my wife, or you know, on this whole momentous occasion and shit like that. And the first thing you go up there and say is like, oh, I'm glad that my friend found love, my best friend found love for knowing each other since kids and shit. But when am I gonna find love? Like, bro, that is crazy. Nah, I could never let somebody do that shit to me. Cause that'll be the day I'll be the day somebody getting fucked up. Cause that is stupid. But yeah, he deserves to be. You know, I want to move him up a little bit more because, yeah, not even fraud in training, my nigga. You are a fraud supreme. I'll put you behind. I'll put him behind Rigby. Boy, getting tired. But yeah, I'll put him behind Rigby. Next, we got Freddy Krueger. Now, Freddy Krueger, or a nightmare monster, he loses to people sometimes. But I will say, whenever he's in your nightmares, he is basically just omnipotent. The guy, he's everywhere at every time. You can't stop him. So I'll put him to never a fraud. Because yes, there's sometimes, but then you gotta look. Remember the OG Nightmare on Elm Street ending. This man was able to kill all them people. Like, I remember she got in the car, and then turns out the car was a demonic car, and it basically took her away to some place. But yeah, it was a vague ass ending, but it basically showed that, oh yeah, Freddy Krueger won. But yeah, he's going to never a fraud. I mean, he did have that fight with Jason Voorhees, but then you gotta understand Jason Voorhees is like a special case where his strength is never consistent to what he is as a character. So that's a whole different thing. Now we got my boy Hector Salamanca. He's a hoe. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Rest in peace to the actor, but the character himself, yeah, he a hoe. He's straight up a fraud. He's a fraud. It's fraud supreme. I'm putting you in front of this man, Peter Sonic. Because, nah, ain't no way he was talking all that hot shit in Better Call Saul. And then in Breaking Bad, we find out why you basically got put in the wheelchair because the person, you know, the guy who played that guy in fuck, what's his name? Forgot his name. Give me a second. I gotta switch this man's name up because he played the main villain in Far Cry 3. I forgot his name though. Better Call Saul cast. I'm gonna find it. I know why they didn't show it. They're not showing his face. Oh, there he is. Yeah, Nacho Varga. Now, see, that's the character who did that man, Hector. He did that man dirty. Started putting in some false pills in his medication, which made him sicker than actually helping him get better. Yeah, he was cooking. Michael Mando. He also played fucking what's the name? Voss. Yeah, he played Voss in Far Cry 3. I love that role that he played in Far Cry 3. This show was fucking amazing. But yeah, yeah, we got that right there. All right, now we're moving on to Vegeta, Mr. Fraud himself. What we got here? The right hand man to Kakarot, Goku. This man out here, you would think he wasn't a fraud. Yeah, he got cool moments now and all that, but don't forget where this man started out. Lost to Goku, right? Gets his tail cut off by Krillin. Hmm? Actually, no, not by Krillin, by Yajirobe. He gets his tail cut up by Yajirobe. Nearly gets killed by Krillin, but Goku stopped him from killing him, which he should have done. What's his name? Goes to planet. Basically goes back to Frieza to meet up with him, just to get basically like bitch made by what's his name, by Dodoria and Zarbon. They go to Planet Namek. This man pulls up trying to do some crazy shit like he's like he was about to kill Frieza. Frieza grabs this man with his tail and gives him back shots. Yes, back shots. Literal back shots. He was choking this man's neck with his tail and giving this man constant back. They had to watch. Piccolo, Gohan, and Krillin had to watch this man get back shots from Frieza, bro. That's how crazy he was. Um, he got bodied by Android 18 in their first meeting. Man didn't even get a chance. He didn't get a chance, bro. He was getting cooked. He gets too cocky against Cell, which gives Cell the opportunity to go into his perfect form and absolutely mollywop this boy. And then in the Buu saga, he gets overconfident, allows Babidi to go into his mind, and he becomes Majin Vegeta. Still loses to Goku, but then he hits Goku with a cheap shot, and then sacrifices himself against Majin Buu to repent.
Vegeta's a supreme father.
Yeah, I'm just listing off moments that this man is he ain't it, bro. You just a supreme. Yeah, you are a fraud supreme, bro. You got to go right next to Gilgamesh. Ralph Dibny, you know what? He's never a fraud. That man, every single time after he became an elongated man, he basically gave his all for the fucking Team Flash, just for them to hold him over and over again. So I gotta give it to him. Like, he's not a bad character. Like, he just keeps getting hoed by the writers. So I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. Jiraiya, oof. The man who got 6 back shots by 6 paths of pain. Oof. Yeah. Nah, that's crazy. Yeah, nah. Yeah. Y'all legendary signing, y'all something else. Yeah, y'all something else, bro. Yeah, y'all something else. I don't gotta say nothing. Y'all know. Y'all know. If you see Naruto and you see Shippuden, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't really gotta say the whole thing. Next up, we got Fraud Supreme himself, Sasuke Uchiha. Now, I'm just kidding. He's not a fraud, but sometimes he does act crazy over the series, where he's basically always switching up. I don't know why he switches up all the time. He be switching up more than the motherfucker. I don't get it. Like, I understand. Okay, yeah, sure. I understand. Okay, sure. You know, You want to take revenge for what happened to your entire clan, and then you finally find Itachi, and then you finally kill him. That's pretty cool. But then after that, you decide that your bigger goal is, oh, you want to reshape the world and you basically change everything around. And then you're just like, okay, cool, cool. But then by the end, when you guys defeat Kaguya, you switch up on Gang again, and you say that you want to put the entire world under a new thing, and basically make a whole new world, and you want to start a revolution. And then that fails, and then you become Naruto's Underman, and then you both fight Momoshiki, and then that whole thing spans out. And then you fight Jigen, you get clapped by Jigen, and it's just you have such a weird character arc. It's not even funny. But you know what? I'm gonna put you in the same place as Naruto. You never a fraud because you stood true to your intentions. You never faltered. Even when Naruto was whooping your ass as a kid, you still showed like, hey yo, I got my shit. I got my shit with me and all that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, moving on to Nick Fury. Now, a lot of people are saying he's a fraud because of the new Secret Invasion show. I don't agree with that. I feel like the show was good until the ending. The ending fucked it up for me. I ain't gonna lie. Like for most people, that's what it did. It fucked the show up for them. But I still feel like Nick Fury, he's a civilian. Cause for how bad that show nearly fucks up his character, I feel like it still does a fine job at actually defining it a lot more. And we know a lot more about Nick Fury now than we did back then. And we know exactly what his motives were during some of the times that like were kept up with him and everything like that. So I'll still say Nick Fury, he cool. Goku Black, yeah. That should be a new tier for him, just because. Oh hell, the fuck no, this nigga is a fraud. He is a whole fraud and a half, bro. You're going ahead of XQC because nah, you are a fraud. Because ain't no way you take your name is Zamasu. You are a god. You take over this man's Goku's body, kill his family in front of him before you kill him himself, and then you go ahead, you try to recruit yourself from a different timeline slash universe, and what do you do after that? What did you do? Guess what? You lost. You lost to fucking Vegito. You lost to Trunks. You lost to Zeno. Yeah, you just you just bitch made the entire way. Like you were cool for the first part of the arc. Like it was pretty cool to see a character, and then you went Rose. That was pretty cool too. And then you fused. That was pretty cool. But then at the end of the shit, you went into Infinite Amount, so you got erased. So yeah, no, you a bitch made. Um, Walter White. Ooh, that one is very easy, honestly. You are a fraud in training. Why are you a fraud in training, Walter White? Because, well, I don't know. You had cancer, right? You had cancer in the beginning of the show. You thought you were gonna die. You became you wanted to become a drug lord, and then you made your own batch of methylamine of methamphetamine. No, methylamine. Yeah, methylamine. You made your own batch of methylamine that was very pure and had that blue color to it. That really good pure meth. And then what did you do? You hooked up this kid who was already a drug addict slash drug dealer into this whole thing, into this whole mess, who happened to be your student at your chemistry class, your previous student, that is. And then instead of trying to be a good role model for the kid, you fucking get him drug into more crazy shit. In your first time cooking meth together with the kid, you nearly get him killed with meth poisoning, right? Basically chemical poisoning. And then I even know that going into when you became Heisenberg and you started doing some fuck shit where you started just dispatching niggas who were basically trying to look into your identity and shit, or just trying to, get away from your family, which is messed up. You don't do that. Come on now. And then I could go on and on and on for how this man is a fraud and he should be on FraudWatch and he a fraud in training and all that. But yeah, you should know. By the end of the series, he does redeem himself a little bit by helping Jesse by basically mowing down the entirety of that place that they captured Jesse. So next one we have Shanks, Red Ear Shanks from One Piece. Is he a fraud? Is he not a fraud? Now, see, for me, he was one of the coolest characters in the show, slash manga, slash anime. Now, that was pretty cool to see this man, being on the level of someone like Whitebeard, basically just on the same level as Whitebeard and all that. And then we see when he pulls up to Marineford, this man basically had his whole crew just pull up, and then he didn't like he himself didn't even have to do anything. All he said was, "Hey, if y'all want to keep continuing this war, y'all gonna have to pull up to me." And Mihawk was already there, so that goes to show to you that Shanks he don't play around. When he says, "Hey, yo, y'all better stop doing what y'all doing," that means better stop doing what y'all doing. Now, is he a fraud? Is he not a fraud? Honestly, I don't know. But I will say he is kind of like in between because let's be honest, he's going to the Gorosei, and no pirate in this world goes to the Gorosei and comes out to tell the tale because this man is part of a celestial dragon family. He has the surname of I think it's Garland. So this man literally has a surname of one of the celestial dragon families. So he's connected with them obviously because we actually see one of his family members in a latest chapter of One Piece, and that kind of confirms the whole Shanks thing. Now, is he conspiring with the Gorosei? I don't know. Does he know if Im Sama is there? I don't know. But what I do know is that this man went to the Gorosei and he met up with them and he started having chats with them and shit. So, and I'm kind of putting him a little bit on like red alert for FraudWatch because he kind of moving crazy right now for a pirate. So I'm gonna put him in between. So we got Mihawk, the person in One Piece that everybody's clowning now because what the mistranslation that came out in the One Piece manga. So basically, they're trying to make it. People are trying to make it seem that Mihawk is trying to not try to win the league or try to um well, I guess find a way to win. And what really kind of pisses me off about that is that we already know that Mihawk is very strong. Like he was having duels with Shanks for fun. They were both doing that shit until Shanks lost his arm because he saved Luffy, and that was the reason why Mihawk stopped facing Shanks because he was like, it's no fun because you only have one arm. Like I don't want to fight a nigga who's handicapped and shit. So the fact that people are trying to make it seem like, oh, he's on fraud watch because made it seem like he was on fraud watch because, oh, because you said something indirectly towards the fact that oh Luffy this that the third didn't want to go for the One Piece anymore. Like, bro, he was never in the hunt for the One Piece in the first place, and the reason why he doesn't want to face a freaking Emperor of the Sea is because he's smart. Why would anybody want to just go up and face the Emperor of the Sea? The only people that he got is himself, Crocodile, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Honestly, shit, him and Crocodile. Like, who the fuck gonna be able to do anything in that situation? Like, because if I search up Cross Guild right now for One Piece, yeah, Yeah, the members of Cross Guild are Buggy, who is an Emperor of the Sea. Buggy, Mihawk, and Crocodile. And Crocodile is not an emperor. He's not an emperor level character. So yeah, that's kind of out of the question. That'll let's go fight one of the emperors like Shanks, Luffy, Blackbeard, or freaking or Kaido. Yeah, no, that ain't happening. Well, actually, not even Kaido anymore because that's Buggy shit now. Buggy took that position. So yeah, that's like, bro. Like, why would another, especially when they know they don't have the fighting force? Like Mihawk could probably handle one Yonko by himself. That's pretty cool, but I don't think he can handle everybody on that fucking guy. Because the only people on Cross Guild who are actually strong like that is Mihawk. Crocodile is strong, but he's not Mihawk level. So again, that's like disrespectful to Mihawk. So I'm just gonna put Mihawk. I'll put him in never a fraud because niggas gonna try to make fun of him being a fraud and shit like that. Gojo, I'll put him in never a fraud because again, actually no, in between because he did lose to he lost to Fushiguro. Uh shit, what's the nigga's name? Give me a second. I'm gonna find this man's name out. Toji. He lost to Fushiguro Toji. He literally got killed by him. Well, until he used the reverse curse technique and saved himself from dying. But yeah, nah, that's literally all I gotta say. Like, and he got sealed away. So there's that as well. Sukuna. You know what? I'll say never a fraud. I'm not gonna lie. Um, he kind of cooks every single time he shows up. Any single time he's fighting somebody, I don't think he. Yeah, the only time he got beat was only because he had one finger. So that was like, yeah, it's not fair at that point. That was like Gojo, the strongest sorcerer in the world, versus one finger of Sukuna. That's not a fair fight. So there's that. Megumi, yeah, nah, man, that man's a whole fucking fraud in training. Cause what he did in the Shibuya arc, yeah, bro, why are you trying to commit suicide, bro? Come on now, you can't be doing that. That's crazy. Um, Denji, I put him civilian. Sometimes he has some stupid shit that he be doing. Other times he be cooling. Kenpachi, fraud in training. Yeah. Why? Because, well, I mean, he got jumped. I mean, yeah, that's not his fault, but still, he got jumped. You're not supposed to be getting jumped, especially when you have one of the strongest. You're literally the strongest person in that verse, excluding people like Yu Abaha and Ichigo. If we're really talking about it, like you are the strongest character in that verse. You shouldn't be letting four people jump you like that. Nah, bro. I don't take that as a. There's no excuse for that. I'm sorry. You let four people jump you, bro. Like, yeah, sure, you were banged up from the Grammy fight, but bro, you still don't let that happen. You don't. You do not let that happen. You don't get jumped by four people like that, especially when you're that strong. So that like it'll be like if Ichigo got jumped by them niggas, and he actually got jumped by them, and he still was beating them. So again, it's like yeah, nah, Kenpachi, you on FraudWatch. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, that's the full list for this FraudWatch. And now we're gonna recap. We got the S tier, which is Fraud Supreme. We got people like Goku Black, XQC, Flash from CW, Iris West, Rigby, Mordecai, and ETC. We got all them people in here. And then we got for A, Fraud and Training, we got Tsunade, Jiraiya, Benson, Uryu, Godzilla, and a whole bunch of other people in there. In B tier, in between, we got people like Byakuya, uh, Lalo Salamanca. We got Shanks, Red Hair Shanks. We got Haizu Lugao. We have people like Aisun Gao. We got Gus Fring, and Steve Rogers and ETC. And then we got civilians. We got people like Aiden Ross, the Minotaur from Danmachi. We got Naofumi Watani. We got Amelia. We got Reinhardt and ETC. And then in Never a Fraud F tier is Naruto, Sasuke, Yusuke, Michonne, Rimuru, Leafia. I don't know. I still don't know. I still don't know her name. But yeah, aside some of that with ETC. So yeah, this is the full fraud watch list. Now you guys might have different opinions, and that's why I will be including the link in the description below, so you guys could go basically just make your mind up on that. If you want to make your own fraud list, you could basically use the same template and then put other characters and real people and shows like that. And again, it's all based on opinion here. It's not anything that is a concrete thing, because there could be somebody who's like, oh, well, what about I show meat? This man showed his meat on live and I'll put him in S tier. Like, okay, that's up to you. Like somebody want to put SQC at F tier, Never a Fraud. Again, that's up to you. You can do whatever you want with that. But this is just my personal opinion, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, I just created this thing. If you guys want to check it out, go make your own tier list, and you can make your own video about it. But yeah, that's my list. And honestly, this video this live stream has been going on for a little bit too long, and I'm getting tired based on the yawn I just did earlier. So yeah, nah, I'm about to go hit the hay. So thank you for watching the stream. It's been a really nice fun time. Your boy's tired now. It's been Crash Illustration. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you like anything you see, of course, I'll be back for more tomorrow with a different idea, just like I did today. So, again, if you guys like this stuff, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that crazy stuff. Thank you guys for watching the stream. And I am out. Good night.